Okay, welcome to everybody for today's Finance and General Purposes Committee of Stanley Town Council. We'll move on to our agenda items. Number one, apologies for absence, please, Alan.
I've received apologies from Councillor Kane, Councillor Joanne Tully, Councillor Nair, Councillor Wilkinson, Councillor Joyce Clark, and Councillor Christie is not here.
Okay, thank you very much. Item number two, has anybody got any declarations of interest?
Just declare interest in item A.
Item three, procedure and appropriate announcements from the chair. Don't have any exciting announcements, but Alan might have.
No, just the usual, please make sure your phones are either set to silent or switched off. And as always, we're recording the meeting. Is anybody else present recording the meeting soon?
Move on to item number four, public participation. Have we got any public participation to do?
I've received nothing in writing, Chairman.
Okay. Item number five, confirmation of minutes. Approve a record of the Finance and General Purposes Committee held on the 12th of September 2018. Just to say that we've noted that on page, what page is that? No. Page 3, minute 98. The action to contact the Director of Planning at DCC to arrange a local forum hadn't been added to the list, but it has now. That was something we asked for at the September full council. Anybody got any queries on the minutes? Are we all happy to agree them? Everybody happy? Okay. We'll agree those. I'll have a quick sign. That one. So we'll move on to item number 6. Accounts for payment and bank reconciliation. We've got our schedule of payments, schedule of receipts, bank reconciliation, balances, trial balance, tax payments, and year-to-date expenditure. So does anybody want to comment on this one? Yeah, Councillor Marshall?
Chairman, if nobody's got any comments on it, I would move that we accept them. We're still getting the list of payments, list of numbers, because it really tells us the information we need to operate on. As a fact, could I move that we approve the payment of accounts and note the bank reconciliation for September?
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else want to come in? Do we have a seconder for the proposal? Yeah, thanks, Councillor Clay. Everybody happy to do that? Yeah.
Chairman, before we move on, can I just draw attention to attachment H, which is an extra report to what I normally put in, which is the year-to-date expenditure. So that gives you a line by line nominal. I do produce these reports, but I've just started doing them each month. And just so people are aware, we've had an upgrade of the finance system, so the headings look slightly different to how they used to. So on attachment H, in the next year column, the column that says EMR means earmarked reserve. It's one of the new features of the new system. And the reason there's nothing in it is because we've never used it, because it's a new feature, just so people are aware of that. Otherwise, it's got last year's budget and actuals, this year's budgets year to date, and the projections from last month's budget monitor, which will obviously amend as we go through.
Yeah, does anybody want to ask any questions on that? How that works or anything? No? Everybody happy? Yeah. Excellent. We'll move on to number 7. Membership initiative and grant funding. We've got 2 attachments, attachment I and attachment J. Do you want to say anything about this one?
I think that the agenda says it all really. I was asked to bring this forward for review. The committee can look at this in advance of our budget setting processes for next year, so it's for members to discuss.
Okay. Does anybody want to say anything about it? Kind of internal audit review of looking at MIFs and things a few months ago. I don't know how that fits into this, but does anybody want to
Chair, can I move that we just feed into full council any views or ideas about how we might want to amend the MIPS or make it more fit for purpose?
So the motion is to defer that to full council.
And nobody else wants to say anything, right? So unless I want to get it back in the pillar, I'm not going to be moving on.
Is there a seconder for Councillor Marshall's motion? Agreed.
Yes, everybody happy with that? Okay, we'll move on to agenda item number 8, which is the STARS Youth and Community Delivery Plan, which is attachment K. Wait, I'm back in again.
Yeah, this is, as it says on the agenda, when the council decided to award funding to the STARS Youth and Community Service, we asked them to bring forward a more detailed activity plan, which they, to be fair to them, did, but I managed to lose the email. So the reason it's not only appearing now is because I wasn't aware I received it. Actually, it was only when I chased it, or in last month's action report, I was advised that I had been sent it previously. So the programme is attached. These are the activities that the STARS project are dealing with, not just ours, but the AAP's funded stuff and other externally funded stuff as well. So it's really for members' information, and if they want any comments or they wish to ask STARS to come and talk about anything in particular or provide any feedback, it's really for members to review and decide if they want any more information at this stage.
Okay, thank you very much. Does anybody want to come in on this one? I think we're open record here. David?
I would move that we just accept the report. In that there's been some excellent activities. It's quite a detailed report, more detailed than most organisations that have money off us. And I think it's been well received, the work that we're doing throughout the district, throughout the town council area, so you should say, and just accept the report.
Does anybody want to?
You seconded that?
I'll just second that.
Right, okay.
Thank you. Does anybody else want to come in on that
Chair,
one?
just now that's been moved and seconded, I think it might be worth sort of feedback to STARS, the thanks for what was delivered. Obviously we received a very detailed presentation from them about the work they're doing across the area. It was really positive, but I think it would be worth feeding that back again, but ask them to, because obviously this was a relatively new organisation at the point when this delivery plan was put together, and I know from speaking to Darren and the youth work team what a brilliant job they're doing, but it would be worth asking them to look at proposals for amending this programme for next year. This takes us up to April. So from April 2019, sort of May 2019 onwards, what type of things do the young people themselves want to change? And obviously youth workers now have got them relationships with young people across the area, so I think it would be worth starting to just ask them to start thinking about their delivery plan beyond April.
Everybody happy with that?
Sounds good.
Okay. We'll move on to number 9, committee actions update, which is attachment L. Do you want to come in on this one now?
Yeah, I will do. Hopefully you've had a chance to look at the report so you can see which ones are still not greyed out and complete. I'll start at the top of the list. The Remembrance Beacon lights out. We have, James and I had some interesting discussions with the County Council about how much ballast you needed for windage to hold this thing down to the ground, which I won't bore you with, but if you happen to walk up the front street today, you will have noticed about 2 tonnes of cement being poured into the hole where the Christmas tree goes, which is meeting that requirement. The beacon itself has been ordered. We have a meeting next week with Alan Henry Events and with Bryn, our PR guy, to talk about basically how we're going to put the event together. So that's in hand. I'm hoping that will be hoping we won't get the high winds we've had, and I'm hoping it will be a really good remembrance event on Remembrance Sunday. James, do you want to come in on the festive lights?
Not really. Okay, yeah, it's fair to say it's been testing to say the least. Obviously, at the last committee, we agreed what I would investigate and see what I could do in terms of having winter lighting scheme in different areas of Stanley, into different copses of trees, similar to the ones that we have out here. I've come up against DCC's policies, which have been hard to kind of figure out, not being an electrician. There seems to be a few problems around how we get the supply of electricity. I believe they're not wanting to start giving lots of feeds off lighting columns, so I've been trying to work with them a way around that. There is a chance, cards on the table, that we won't have any festive lighting this year unless we can negotiate with DCC to allow us to use it this year. In future years, areas that we may want to light up, we'll have the scheme they want us to do by installing a kiosk, digging under the ground to any areas that we want to light up, which is a very expensive scheme. However, as a local authority, we have to respect DCC's policy in health and safety. What I have explained to DCC is any feeds that we take off lighting columns, we will make sure they are safe. We will follow the guidelines. Any lights we put in trees will be reduced to 24 volts. So I'm working with the powers that be at DCC at the minute to see if we can do it this year. I can't give you a definitive yes or no at the minute, but as soon as I know, I will let everyone know. That's the situation, and it wasn't as quick as me just saying that in 2 minutes. It's been a lot of emails and conversations and plans drawn out.
Does anybody want to ask James any questions about that? Jeanette?
So does that mean we'll have no festive lights at all,
You'll have this
potentially?
100% have the electronic Christmas tree down the front street.
No, I just mean that in our own villages.
Yeah, potentially that could be the case. Yeah. Basically, if we were to do what they asked us to are asking us to do, timescales wouldn't allow it, and obviously there is a cost associated to what they want us to do. There's no way we get it done before the festive period.
So we
but
don't have any backup, you know, of maybe getting some what we had last year even put back in the trees?
we were in a 3-year contract, and that contract came to an end. However, what I will do is once I get that answer, hopefully by the end of the week, I've called an emergency meeting for the Christmas working group, Christmas lights working group, to see if there is anything we can do. I'm in talks with 2 suppliers for the scheme that we want to do. Obviously, I'll contact them and see if there is any options that we can go down. But the 3-year plan that we were in before, basically at the end of that 3 years, they sell on those lights to maybe other authorities or whatever. They don't just keep them in storage. So basically, it's a tricky one because obviously DCC have let us do the lights before outside in the trees in the way that we've done it. It's not something that we thought, oh, we're going to do this at a whim. It's something we've been allowed to do, but policies change. So I am working with DCC to see if we can get around it this year. And that's all I can do now. I'm sorry we're at this stage.
It just would be good to have, you know, you've got the potential situation coming up that we're going to have nothing, that we could have a backup plan, you know, and start thinking about that now. Don't wait until, you know, the end of the week or whenever they get back to you, that we start looking now at something else.
But absolutely, but I mean, I'm kind of in a position. What could this backup plan be?
To maybe speak with the companies that you've got to see if there's anything that they can put instead of the lights on the trees. You know, on the columns that we had it last year. That's all. That's the only thing I can think.
I can do that. I mean, obviously I've had these conversations with the supplier that we've had for the last 3 years, and they have said to me, James, orders for Christmas light orders, you normally have to put them in way before, earlier in the year. So, but obviously that we came to end of that contract because they don't tend to hold on lights. All the lights out in storage go out. That's.
George, do you want to come in?
I just wanted to say the boxes are not cheap. We put one in and cashed in from the tree, and it's £4,000. And that's a few years ago, so they were made about
Can I just ask at what point did we first contact the county council about this wider programme of lights? A year ago? 2 years ago?
No, because obviously I didn't know where we were going from as a council at the end of the.
So what point did you contact them? It's just the timescales are really important, because if any of us who are dual hatters are going to challenge, we need to know at what point we first made contact with the county council. Otherwise, we need to find out whether, first of all, the county council being reasonable, and work back from there. So I just need to, when did we first make contact with them?
I haven't got that date to hand, but I was making conversations with them about the scheme as the working group developed before I had approval from committee, because obviously I want to get my work on the go before I get a full yes or no, because you need to get things in the pipeline.
Yeah.
So that was some time ago that I made.
That's the point of my question. So if I can get that time scale,
Yeah.
and then that would be a good starting point.
Okay.
So I think what Carl's asking for is basically just a brief overview of the timeline of the discussion with DCC. So when we first made contact, when they told us about the problems. I mean, it's one of those things. Obviously, councillors and members are all aware that we've had the lights outside the Civic Hall for 3 years now, and we've had the extension to the scheme down the path where we now have our Burns Memorial for over a year. And obviously, the method that we're proposing was exactly the same as the method for those two schemes, which they have accepted in a big in situ. So obviously we accept that policies change and evolve within it, but it's kind of the requirement. I mean, our suppliers tell us that they feel that the approach to having everything underground is overkill. Obviously, that's the Highways Authority's prerogative to set their own health and safety policies. So we are in negotiations with them. There was some sort of light today, wasn't there, when we were invited to apply for open licenses to have overhead cables across the. So maybe there's a little bit of movement.
If I'm to be frank, I've spoken to a certain level, then to another level, and now I'm with the person that actually does give me that definitive yes or no. And it's taken me some time to get into dialogue with him. So I've got a trail of all the different negotiations. When I was told to start off with, you can't put 230 volts into a tree, I've responded with, we won't put 230 volts in a tree, we will put 24 volts into a tree, we will have it converted. Once that's been answered, I then get the question of, what about windage on the lamppost? And I said, but we've never had a problem with that in the past, and we would follow the guidelines set by whichever the authority is. It wouldn't be further than 10 metres away from a lamppost.
So James, sorry, just to not prolong this anymore, right? The issue is, if I get that chronology of time scales, or if all of the members get that chronology of time scales, I think Jones Group at Catchgate have managed to put a box on and plan ahead. There might be some questions about our timeline.
It's been there 5 years, sorry.
It's been there a while, okay. So we need to check the time scales, right? Because let's not forget, it wasn't that long ago when we were in the news with our Christmas tree before, for a very similar reason. I'm led to believe it's a very similar issue to do with the voltage. And I need to check them timescales out before anybody starts challenging anybody, to make sure it's been a reasonable lead-in, and to make sure that the information that's been passed to us as a town council is being done in a timely manner. Because if they've led you down the garden path, it's in them, as in the county council, for several months, to suddenly drop it on you without us having the time to respond, then I've got serious concerns and issues about that. So this timescale will help me to understand that, because it's a political issue for the council. So we'll get that information and we'll see how best we are to try and sort it out.
David?
Yeah, can I say that it certainly wasn't 7 months ago when we first started to look at this. It's a much shorter time scale. When the Christmas lighting, I would suggest 2-3 months at the most, since we start to look at alternatives to the Christmas lights that we had. The first meeting we had, we presented with some recommendations. We looked at them and agreed them. So it's a shorter time scale, and I'm hoping that the county can come to some agreement on it and allow us to proceed. I don't think we're going hard on timescales, because we were short in the time that we've given them. It's just unfortunate what they've insisted on, the mains powered one to the train downloaded. And I think when we had our discussions, we said, well, look at Sunderland and everywhere else, they have cables running from the lampposts even right across, between two lampposts across the road on their lights. So we looked at that when we were looking at, and we also looked at what we had out here, the lights on the trays, which were very similar to what we want. In fact, it's the same as what we want.
But David's absolutely right there, because obviously when we looked at the scheme that we did outside, we knew it was effective, we knew the public liked it, and we knew that we could do it quite easily. And obviously, okay, in hindsight, we shouldn't have just assumed. So yeah, there hasn't been a huge lead up in time, but our decision was, it was warranted that, yeah, we can do this scheme quite easily and save the council a lot of money as well. And obviously, what David's just said has happened.
But if we can provide Carl with the information he's asked for on the actual timescales, because you can go into two different approaches there, come on, be reasonable, try and help us, or you can go and say, look, you've delayed this, we need that information.
Okay. Anybody else want to come in on this one? Move on to are you doing the next one now?
Yep, the next one was the review of the medium-term plan, to convene a meeting with the staff to put forward their comments about the medium-term plan. We held that meeting on Friday. It was a very constructive morning and afternoon. It went to the afternoon where we went through all of the different threads in the medium-term plan, and the staff put forward lots of really good suggestions and ideas. And I'll be putting together a paper, bringing that together to go to full council at the end of the month. So that was done. The next action is about the STARS report, which obviously is attached to this agenda. And then the following one is about the missed action about arranging to speak to Ian Thompson, DCC. I'll meet with Ian tomorrow afternoon, so I'll be able to feed back to members of full council about that discussion. Going forward onto the later pages, with the defibrillator, James, is there any update on the defibrillator?
No, from obviously what I updated last time, I'm still waiting for their estate team to tell me that they have made provision for us to go in and install. I'll chase that up again, but they are very clear that they need to let me know as soon as they've done it so we can install.
Okay, the road safety one, I did speak with Dave Clark about needing to bring a scheme forward for that. Obviously, in the intervening period, I've had a week off. Dave's had 2 weeks off studying for his expected exams, so I need to just chase him and then we do need that come forward ASAP. Nothing on the next page. And then the last page is this youth council one, which seems to be permanently parked, and I'm not sure whether when we're reviewing the medium term plan, whether that might need to come out or not, depending on what members decide.
Anybody want to come in any of those ones? Oh, this one's my fault. So number 10, scheduling meetings.
Chair, can I just
More
say
schedules of meetings.
that we're all really confused now in the office about when we're sending meetings. So please just pick this one.
Yes. We'll pick this one, I'll leave the others. Okay, so proposed different schedule of meetings for the 1000th time. There's some lists and some venues on here with the dates and the rooms that will be located in. Anybody want to make any comments? Christine?
Very sorry.
That's all right.
Wednesday nights, we sometimes have to go to our pre-meeting for the partnership.
All right.
Um,
So we'll have to go as fast as we can on a Wednesday.
no, because we're there from 5 o'clock till whatever.
Okay,
Apologies.
that's all right. So will there be on any of these dates that we've got down here, or is it just
It
for
could be.
information?
It's
It's fluid.
we'd have to have it on the fridge.
David?
Mr Chair, wasn't that agreed a couple of months ago that we would revert to do a Tuesday for continuity?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, but glad to book coming. Well, point of order. Previous resolution, number 7. Yeah, a resolution cannot be reversed within 6 months without a notification by 11.
If you read the rest of the standard order, David, it says, or by recommendation of a committee. This is a committee. We make a recommendation to full council.
Subcommittee.
Yeah. So what this item is on there for is to make a recommendation to full council to reverse that decision.
I think it's really important that we have a good quality, strong chair for this particular committee, so with that in mind, I think that I would move the schedule of meetings as outlined on the report.
Okay, does anybody else want to come in? David, or you want to come back in, or are you just
May I ask the reason why? I know what the reason is.
You know the reason.
I think so. I just want to clarify.
The reason is because my people are out running now. I don't want to give up 2 Tuesdays a month. It's as simple as that. That's half the Tuesdays. The people I'm supposed to be training like without us, and I'm the coach, so I don't want to be missing 2. My friend.
Yeah.
David Martin, did you want to come in?
No, I was just going to second the motion. There's a person that moved the motion to change it back to the Tuesday because I thought it was reasonable.
Yeah.
I'll do the hokey-cokey and I'll second the motion. We'll move it out.
Chair, can I just make a comment?
Yeah, go on.
This schedule of meetings is the exact one that I put forward in the first place.
Yeah.
Just, you know, God's sake.
You were right, Alan, you were right.
You're 14 times.
Been around the house and we'll come back. Anybody else got anything to say on that one?
Before we move on, just to point out that the 14th of November's finance meeting, which is next month's finance meeting, clashes with the Shop of Horrors. So I will be trying to seek an alternative venue so that we don't have to listen to people singing and stuff while we're trying to decide important things like the budget. So I'll notify you of that as soon as we've got some approved.
Everybody happy with that? Don't want to listen to the Shop of Horrors, do we? Okay. That brings us to the end of part A, so I'm going to jump myself up and stop the recording. Don't think anybody else was recording while this is going to be wild, so you can stop.